You did everything right. You were loyal, you provided, you stayed. And now you're sitting alone in an apartment, wondering what happened to the man you used to be. I'm going to tell you something today that nobody else is going to say to you. But first, I need you to answer something honestly in the comments. How long have you been single since your divorce or loss? Drop the number below, just the number. I read every single one, because your answer is going to change what I share with you next. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 8 questions. Not pickup lines, not tricks. Real questions that create something most men never experience again after 60. Real intimacy, real connection, with zero fear of rejection. But before I get there, I need to show you something first. Something about the female brain that most divorced men get completely wrong. And if you skip this part, the questions won't work. Stay with me. Here's what the research actually says. A 2022 study from the University of Michigan found that men over 60 who re-enter the dating world experience something called relational amnesia. They forget how to build connection from scratch because marriage gave them shortcuts. You didn't lose your ability to love, you just lost the roadmap. And here's the part that will either make you angry or make you feel relieved. The men who are connecting deeply with women right now at 60, 65, even 70, they're not the richest. They're not the best looking. I'll tell you exactly who they are. But first, let me show you why you've been struggling. Everything you learned about intimacy in your marriage, the rhythms, the shortcuts, the unspoken understanding, none of it applies now. And the reason most men fail after divorce isn't what you think. Comment below. Tell me if you want me to go deeper on this in a future video, because I've got something coming that goes even further than today. But right now, let me give you the foundation. Here's the single most important thing I will ever tell you about women. Psychologists call it the emotional prerequisite. For men, and this is biological, not a flaw, physical attraction can come first. You see someone, you feel something. Simple. For a woman, especially a mature woman in her 50s or 60s, trust must come first. Safety must come first. Emotional connection must come first. Only then, and only when she feels truly seen, does she open up. This is not a game, this is science. And once I show you the questions, you'll understand exactly how to trigger this naturally. But there's one more thing you need to know before the questions. And this one is going to surprise you. Right now, in the USA, UK, Canada, and Australia, there are millions of women in their 50s and 60s who are independent, emotionally evolved, and completely uninterested in surface-level men. They've been married. They've been hurt. They've rebuilt. And what they're looking for, what they desperately want, is something almost no younger man can give them. I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, right after question 3. For now, let's start the questions. Question 1. The joy question. What's something you're genuinely passionate about right now? Something that makes you forget what time it is? Why this works. Most men open with, "So, what do you do for work?" That's a job interview, not a conversation. This question invites her to light up, and when she feels good talking to you, she wants to keep talking to you. Neuroscience calls this emotional anchoring. She begins to associate you with feeling good. Have you ever had a conversation that just flowed like this? Tell me in the comments. Question 2. The depth question. What's something most people don't know about you that would actually surprise them? Why this works. Every mature woman, and this is critical, feels invisible to some degree. The roles take over. Mother, ex-wife, colleague. When you ask her this, you are saying, "I see you as more than your roles." She will remember you. I promise you that. Remember I told you there's something a man your age has that no younger man can offer? Here it is. Patience. Not weakness. Not desperation. Patience. Research from the Gottman Institute, the world's leading relationship science lab, shows that the single greatest predictor of a woman feeling deeply connected is whether the man listens without rushing. You've lived enough life to know that nothing worth having comes fast. Use that. If you're still watching, drop it in the comments right now. I want to see how many real men are in this room today. What does a really good day look like for you these days? Why this works. This question is non-threatening. It's warm, and it's revealing. Her answer tells you her values, her rhythm, what brings her peace. And you demonstrate something rare, that you care about her ordinary life, not just the exciting surface. What's something you've learned about yourself in the last few years that actually surprised you? Why this works. For a woman in her 50s or 60s, especially after her own divorce, her own pain, this question is electric. It honors her growth. It says, I see you as someone still becoming, not someone who is finished. And when two people share honest reflections about who they're becoming, that is intimacy. What's something you used to believe about relationships that you've completely changed your mind about? Important rule here. When she answers, you share your answer too. Vulnerability must be mutual, or it becomes an interview. Drop your answer to this question in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what you've changed your mind about. What kind of connection do you actually value most in a relationship? What makes you feel truly close to someone? Why this works. You are not manipulating her. You are asking her to teach you how to love her well. A secure, mature woman will find this deeply attractive because most men never ask, they assume, they guess, they get it wrong. What makes you feel truly safe with someone? Why this works. This question shifts everything. It says, I'm not just thinking about what I want from you. I'm thinking about your experience. That shift, from self-focus to other focus, is what creates deep emotional intimacy. And it's what most men your age were never taught. Is there something you've always wanted someone to understand about you, but felt like no one ever quite did? Pause. Let this land. This is the question that changes everything. Almost every human being carries something they feel unseen about. When you ask this, with patience, with real attention, without fixing or advising, you give her one of the rarest gifts in human experience. The feeling of being truly known. And when a woman feels truly known by a man, that is the beginning of something that lasts. Now, before you go try any of this, I need to warn you about 3 mistakes that will destroy everything I just built with you. These are mistakes most men make without even knowing it. And the third one is the one that kills it almost every time. Let me go through them fast. Mistake 1. Talking about your ex too soon. Your marriage was your life. I understand that. But when your ex becomes a central character in your early conversations, a woman reads it as unfinished business. She wonders, is he really available? Share your history when it's natural, not as a headline. Mistake 2. Moving fast out of loneliness. Loneliness after a long marriage is real. I'm not dismissing it, but loneliness makes a man rush. And rushing signals to her, you're looking for a replacement, not a partner. Slow down. Build genuinely. That slowness is strength. Mistake 3. Mistaking politeness for connection. Our generation was taught, be reserved, be a gentleman, don't show emotion. And while respect is always right, withholding your real thoughts and feelings is not strength, it's distance. Women don't connect with distance, they connect with realness. Which of these 3 mistakes have you been making? Be honest. Comment below. 1, 2, or 3. And now, the question I promised you. The one that closes the conversation the right way. Not desperate, not awkward, not like a teenager. Like a man. The confidence question. I genuinely enjoy talking with you. I'd love to continue this conversation over coffee sometime. Would that be something you'd be open to? Why this works. Notice what this is not. It's not, do you want to go out with me? Which puts all pressure on her in one moment. Instead, you've expressed genuine enjoyment. You've framed it as a continuation of something already good. You've given her a graceful, easy way to say yes. This is not weakness. This is confident emotional intelligence. And at 60, that is your greatest asset. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too damaged by what has happened to you. You are a man with decades of real experience. with emotional depth that only life, real life, can create. The men connecting most deeply with women right now are not the richest men, not the best looking. They are the men who are present, patient, genuinely curious. Be that man. Before you go, I need you to do 3 things. 1. Drop a comment right now. Tell me, which question are you going to try first? 2. Share this video with one man who needs to hear it. You might change his life today. 3. Subscribe. Because every week I come back, man to man, with the honest conversations nobody else is having. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next one.